Alright Pistons fans, so in today's video, we are going to be speaking on the Motor City Cruise clinching a playoff spot. Now before we get into all of that, please make sure you guys like this video. Today's like goal is 115 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I drop consistent Pistons content. Now play the intro.
Subscribe to Joe Polo 10.
Is the MVP.
Detroit basketball.
Alright, so let's get into this. Put the image on the screen right now. It says it right there. The Motor City Cruise have officially clinched a playoff spot this season. We currently have a record of 20 wins and 9 losses. And fun fact, at one point during the season, the Motor City Cruise actually had the best record in all of the G League. But besides all of that, I just want to come on here and, applaud everyone in the organization who made this all possible. I guess we could start off with Rob Murphy. He's a Central State graduate. He's currently the president of basketball operations and the general manager for the Motor City Cruise. We have head coach DJ Baker, who's currently coaching his 9th season of basketball, and just all of the guys in the organization who made this possible. I just want to applaud all of them because, when it comes to the G League, there are a lot of organizations in the NBA that typically just don't care about their G League team. They get random people to manage the teams. They have subpar facilities sometimes. And just in general, most other NBA teams, they don't really take the time to make sure that you have a well-run G League organization. But the Detroit Pistons decided to make this a priority to make sure that the Cruise is a place where guys can come and have some success and possibly develop to where they can get back to the NBA. Now let's move on to the players here quickly. Talk about how much success they've had this season and talking about some of the leaders on this Motor City Cruise team. The first guy that comes to mind is Jamarco Pickett. He has had a extremely successful season so far. I know a lot of Pistons fans, they want to see him on the main roster, but right now it's between Isaiah Livers and Chris Smith. It appears that those two guys are the dudes at those positions who will get sent to the main roster. And right now Pickett, he's just going to have to bide his time and continue to improve until he gets to the level where he's able to compete on the NBA level like Chris Smith and Livers currently are. Next, I want to talk about Derek Walton Jr. I've been really pleased with the play that he's had so far this season. Currently averaging 16 points per game, and is a guy who's really coming to that point guard spot on the G League team and really taking it over. Saban Lee, he's been in and out of the lineup. Sometimes he'll be on the main roster with the Detroit Pistons, but other times he'll be down there with the Motor City Cruise. But Derek Walton Jr., he didn't allow that to affect him. If Saban played with him, he would do fine. If Saban didn't play with him, he would still be fine. So overall, just very pleased by Derek Walton Jr., the way that he's been able to manage this season, especially as a playmaker, the passes that he's been able to make during these games. And I know you guys remember when, a bunch of our guys went down due to protocol on the main roster. We had Derek Walton Jr. He was one of the guys who had to come up, and he had some amazing passes, and it's something that impressed me then. And then he just continued that for the rest of the season. So, shout out to Derek Walton Jr. And then some other guys I could quickly mention, Palmer as a two-way wing, Check Diallo. He is actually leading the Cruise in rebounding. He's averaging 11 rebounds per game, so shout out to Diallo as well. And then obviously, the Saban Lee and Luka Garza, when they are down there, we know what Saban Lee does. Sometimes he'll go out there, he'll get a game where he drops 40 points. And I think for this season, he's averaged 24 points per game. And then Luka Garza, typically I say he can get somewhere around between 18 to 24 points on any given night, and then around like 7-8 rebounds on any given night. But that's basically everything, man. I'm gonna wrap this video up now. I'm just very happy that we have a winning culture down there with our G League team, because I think about other teams like the Golden State Warriors, for example. They have James Wiseman, who they recently threw down to the G League, and they had Poole, who was in the G League during a certain period of time, and those guys went down there, they improved themselves, and then they went back to the main roster roster and had success. Now, that hasn't happened to Wiseman yet. We're still waiting to see on that one. But specifically with, Jordan Poole, that's exactly what happened to him. And I'm hoping with the Motor City Cruise, I just want us to continue to win games, continue to clinch playoff spots in the future, so that let's say in the future we draft someone in the second round, we could throw them in the G League, we can have them train, develop, and then eventually get back to the main roster. So that's basically everything, man. Pistons fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 5K, and I'm out.